I'm Joan McLernon with Coldwell Banker Innovations. I have been a real estate agent for going on 11 years now. I've been in the real estate industry for 28 years. I started out as an admin, so I've kind of worked the gamut, if you will, in a real estate brokerage firm as far as doing the administrative work. I've worked for commercial developers, I've worked for residential developers, I've worked for property management firms, all aspects of the real estate industry. The last developer I worked for built a condominium development here in Hagerstown. I've lived in Washington County since 1989, and I used to commute down the road, down to Rockville, and worked in Montgomery County, DC, Northern Virginia, and did quite a large territory. We came up here, we built a condominium development, and obviously it was a much better commute for me. And I had a young son at the time who was in elementary school, and wanted the flexibility of my time to be able to do that and spend time with him, take advantage of his younger years and things like that, and just be able to devote time to my family as well as my career. The real estate agent at the time that was representing us was forming a group, and she came to me and said, listen, we need to expand, and we would love to have you come join our organization. And I must tell you, I really had to take about a month and think about it, because I had been on the opposite side of the table from realtors. I gave it a lot of thought and talked with my husband about it quite a bit, and he basically just said, you've always had a great rapport with your buyer clients. You'll carry that into this new profession, and it will offer you the flexibility with your time and with our family, with our son, and the income potential, because basically you are an independent contractor and your income potential is limitless. If you want to make six figures, you can make six figures. It's not a problem. It doesn't matter what area you live in. You don't have to be down in Potomac. You just have to be willing to go out and get the business. So I decided to go ahead and get licensed, and have been here ever since. Coldwell Banker, number one, I love the recognition. It is a nationally recognized name, and that is very important in this business. After you get your foot in the door, then of course you've got to know what you're doing, and you've got to know what you're talking about. And in addition, Coldwell Banker Innovations provides the continuing education that we need in our ever-changing market. In this business, you've got to constantly be looking forward, and Coldwell Banker Innovations does that. They are willing to adapt in their backing of their agents and their support in where they're putting their money in advertising for the firm, in advertising for our listings. They're willing to spend time and effort to find out where the buyers are coming from, which is a fundamental principle of our business. You've got to reach those buyers. We have an atmosphere in our office that is very family-like. Obviously, we're all independent contractors, so we're all going for the same business that's out there. And there is a certain competitive nature. At Coldwell Banker, it creates a positive work environment because we're all out to help each other. When we get new agents in the office, I can't tell you how often I will hear other more senior agents or seasoned agents coming down the hall saying, listen, if you need help, just call me. This is my office. I'll help you out with something. The other thing that you get with Coldwell Banker Innovations, obviously, personalities. I can't say enough good things about Clarence. I've worked with Clarence for 11 years, and Clarence is always one, if you're not sure of a situation or you're not sure of how to write something, you can go in and ask him and say, listen, this is the scenario. I've written up a provision this way to protect my client, whether the buyer or seller. Do you think this is sufficient? His door has always been open. He's never ceased to miss a deadline. If I needed him, he's always been there for me. And that's really important, because you don't know everything about this business. I don't care how long you've been in it. You'll think you've experienced everything that you can possibly experience, and something new will hit you. Sometimes you just need a second opinion, and Clarence has always been there to provide it and to support my thoughts on a situation.